comes up first, okay? And this is where they control all their stuff here. For all your headlights, your warning menus, all that. You've also got a screen on your side too. It's very similar to that. This one can do more functions than what that one can do though. Like for you guys, your system info screen, it's just a touch screen. Your engine info, just touch it. It tells you what it is, filter information and everything on it here. Trans info, same thing. Gives you model, serial number, fluid, filter on it there. Chassis info, the VIN number, all the phone numbers for Spartan chassis on here. The paint color code and stuff like that is all on here. Service info, what the service intervals are on it. Seat info. What that does there is, right now, it's got the seats in here, and it's saying who's in and who's not belted. Right now it's red, not belted. I'm in, and there's somebody in the seat behind me that's not belted in. Okay? This screen comes on when you come in and start the truck and sit down. That screen comes on there. And these will go from red to green when you latch your seatbelt. Okay? And all that information is recorded. So,
nice.
Yep.
There you go.
To get out of that,
Green.
Message acknowledgement. If it says there's a problem and you hit message acknowledge, okay, not a problem. Seatbelt icon, diagnostic menu. What we've got on the truck here, the electronic system on the truck is set up like a computer network system. Okay? So what you've got is you've got nodes all around the truck. So you don't have to run wires from this switch all the way to the back of the truck. You're running powers and grounds from local nodes, and then the information is sent over a network, and then from that node out to the different areas on the truck. Like node information here. This screen is node 4 of 9 on the truck. Okay? We can go to a node list here, and it tells 1 through 9 where they're located at. Okay? So if you've got a right rear turn signal out, it would be right rear of body. It's node number 8. And you can check and see if you've got a communication problem with it or a wiring problem with it by doing what's called a ping. Sends information out, receives it back, saying all the wiring between here and there is good. So now you just have to go to that back corner to do any kind of checking. There's no further that you have to go. Okay?
More or less telling you it's a bulb.
It will tell you that on there, yeah. It can tell you that there. Circuit faults, no faults detected. So if it would say, I've got a problem on node number 8, okay. Now I know that it's a problem. It'll tell me, is it a short or is it an open? If it's shorted to ground, or if the bulb is bad and it's an open. It'll tell you through that stuff there. And like I say, it gives you all the information on it there. So that's kind of helpful when you're doing diagnostics on looking, instead of trying to trace wires from the front of the truck all the way to the back. Okay, high idle, it goes through and tells you, okay, if the high idle's not working, you can go to this screen and see, okay, what isn't it seeing? Why isn't it working? And it'll tell you right here. It's got to see all these things, and if they're all not green, it's not going to work. And it can tell you that for all the different...
Is there a way to get this menu the same as your menu right now? Auto menu on or anything like that?
Yeah, hit the menu on once.
Yeah.
No, it's just on or off. No, it says off.
Okay. There's more, because there's a lot more on this one than there is. You don't want to give the officer too much power, As a driver, you want to keep him in reins. Okay, same thing for your gauge diagnostics. Auxiliary brake is the same. Date and time adjust. You can change the date and time on it there. Right now our high idle is disabled. The truck's not running. Okay. Anytime you want to go back to the original screen that comes up, hit your home button. Then you've got up in your top left your headlights, marker lights, high beams, low beams. Notice how the indicators change there too. And it shows that we've got 2 doors open on the cab here. Turn the headlights off, or markers on it there. Dimmer on the screen brightness, you can change that. Normal, dim, night, max, however you want to have it that way. Auxiliary brake right now is set to high. We can turn the Jake brake off, low or high on it here. Battery voltage is 12.7 volts on it. Emergency master, when you guys go to take off on a call and you want all your lights on, just hit the E-master on. Now all the warning lights come on. Turn them off, just hit it off. Warning light menu, you got home, then warning light menu on the bottom here. What that does is when you turn your master on, you can go on ahead and you'll turn off different things. If you're working right around the truck or you're getting a lot of flashback from lighting, you can go on ahead and turn those off that you want to. As soon as you turn that master off and back on, it defaults till they're all on. Okay. Secondary menu, you don't have anything on there right now. We've got our lighting menu for our quartz lights, our generator, PTO, dome, ground lights, scene lights. All that on here is on your lighting menu. Officer screen sleep, when you don't want the officer to do anything, you can put him to sleep so his screen don't do anything over there. Horn select, air horn or electric horn on it there. You got a camera select, so that's your camera off the rear. You can adjust that too if you want to. If you want to see more, if you want to see it out more, we can adjust it a little bit there. Because like right now we're seeing just inside the building on it there. Aerial PTO, when you want to engage the PTO with neutral, park and brake, and aerial PTO, just hit it and it's enabled. And you got your mirror heat on and off and your mud and snow. Up here on the center, you've got your inner axle lock. Don't be driving around when you do that. You want to be stopped when you engage that. That's for mud, snow, stuff like that area. PTO is for your wait a second. Generator PTO, aerial PTO. What's this one for? That I'll have to find out. Because there's only 2 PTOs on here that I'm aware of. Unless you guys hid something on me.
Shit spreader off the back.
Okay. Up and down basket there. That's got to be for the aerial stuff.
Is there the inner axle? Is there an indicator if it's on or off? Is it light or something or
no?
So guys don't drive around in the summer with it on and scrub the tires off.
That's what
hopefully they're not going to do that. That's why it's a locking switch.
So that's
because you can't just do it.
Okay.
You have to unlock it.
Maybe we'll have to put it off or something. No.
Do it there. Mirror controls for either side. Transmission control. One of the things you can also do with the transmission is you can check, besides it checks there, you can also check the oil level and any problems of the transmissions. On the Allison from WTEC 4 and newer, use the up and down arrow, push them both at the same time. it says OL dash EL. The truck's not running. If the truck was running and the temperature was up on the transmission, you can check the fluid level through here. It'll say OL for oil level dash, and then if it's good, it'll say OK. There, it's got about a page in your book of the different codes on the Allison transmissions, and it'll tell you all the information about it there. If it's a quart low, it'll say LO1. If it's high on oil, it'll say HI and how many quarts high it is. Or if you're trying to check it and it's too cold, it'll tell you that. Or like right now, the truck's not running, so it's telling us that. You can go through all that stuff. To get it out of that, just hit your neutral button again. You see the DEF fluid gauge there, and then the screen here, you can see a little easier now.
I want to ask $1 million question.
How much does that
Where's
take?
the drain plug?
It's about, I believe it's a
Ready to sell.
6-gallon tank.
So far, so
I
good.
believe it's a 6-gallon tank on that.
What happens if
Down
they?
about half you want to dump or full.
Yes. What's that now?
What happens if you run out of DEF and you run out of
You
the
don't.
truck?
You don't want to do that.
Is that when the filter will get?
That basically, yeah. You, if you don't have DEF fluid, you're not using the truck.
It'll.
It'll go into limp mode or something. won't it?
Nope,
It won't even
nope,
do that
it
anymore?
won't even do that. When it hits level 4, also on just like your other truck, your other truck's a what? An International? That'll go into a limited limp on that one. This one here, a Cummins. When you hit level 4 on Cummins, Cat, or Detroit, when you get to level 4, the truck shuts off. Does not matter what you're doing. It shuts off. But it's going to take a long time to go from level 1 to level 4. You know, it's not one of those things where, oh, I don't have time to do it today. I got level 1 showed up, and tomorrow it's going to be at 4. No. It's going to be weeks, months, before it gets from 1 to 4. So everybody's going to have to be ignoring a lot of things for a long time to get it to that point. But if it calls for 1, try to go through and get it done. Either do the parked regen or the passive regen when you're driving around.
Will it do a regen, a parked regen, even if a regen isn't called for?
No, Cummins won't let you do that. Cummins will only let you do it when it calls for it. The only one that allows you to do a scheduled regen on it now is Detroit. It's the only one that'll let you do that. You can do on a Detroit, you can do one like once a month or something like that if you want to.
Say it gets to 1 or 2 on that DEL and we fill it. Is there a dipstick or something that only fill so far, or is it?
No,
to
just
the
go by the
cap?
gauge. Yeah, you can just, when you pull the cap off there, you can fill it just like you do your gas tank. Just fill it up towards the top. As long as the 4 lights are on and it's full, that's good.
Okay.
Defroster controls, heater, front, rear, AC on and off, and temperature control here. Siren here. Radios over there. Do not move apparatus light. So whenever you've got open doors or ladder racks or anything like that, anything that's not in place, you got an outrigger that's not in all the way, that's going to be coming on. Excuse me 1 second here.